Hopefully he spurgs out and does it says something insane that I can point and laugh at. How can you possibly be saying this? How can you say this? No, that's fair enough. It's not a right-wing propaganda machine. It's a Russian propaganda machine. That's very true. It's just a way to sound smart without knowing anything. If you had any understanding of the topic whatsoever, you would realize you're actually incorrect. No, you don't understand. He's doing something like insanely evil and unprecedented that is nothing but destructive to the entire country. Destiny versus Asmongold. Okay, so this is the real... Is this August video actually going to be good? Is this going to be a good August video, or is it going to have a bunch of irrelevant that I don't want to watch? It's got a bunch of irrelevant I can see already.
Listen to what he just said.
So I'm pretty mad about this, actually, because now it does... I did, like, Asmongold content last night, and, like, basically the same time, Destiny did his Asmongold content, and now it kind of feels like the wind's out of my... Like, I was ready to hate Asmongold. It feels like the wind's been taken out of my sails, and now it feels like I'm just making content in the DGG anti-Asmongold genre. And I feel like cucked. I feel like totally cucked. It's like so f***ed up. But anyway, so I guess, yeah, I feel like I'm like Icarus Bath. Well, I'm just here like cheerleading, you know? But we'll see. I haven't seen most of this video, so maybe I'll have points to disagree with Destiny on. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. Maybe I'll have to make it interesting. I don't want to just sit here and nod and agree. But let's have a look.
One of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who have kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America. Now,
nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody had a problem about that. But somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now? Get the f*** out of here.
Like, how stupid do you do immediately? I've seen this video already. I've heard Asmongold say that. I've actually seen this off stream. I've heard that off stream. That's so stupid. That's so beyond stupid, man. Like, what Democrat donor donated a bunch of money, huge amounts of money, record-breaking amounts of money, to have an entire department set up in the government that they would be head of? When did that happen? 'Cause I don't remember that ever.
When all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians, nobody had a problem about that. But somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem.
Elon been on calls with multiple foreign leaders already too. Like, yeah, why is one of your donors on calls with world leaders in like first week as president-elect? It's so insane.
Now get the out of here. This has been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because...
Wait, what?
one of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who have kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America. Now,
nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody...
Who, when, where, how?
Yeah, exactly. Dude.
Can I just say two things? You know what? Two things. One, I think we can say that Asmongold is a political streamer, which is kind of funny because two means that Hassan is only the second.
Yeah, this is the pettiest motherfucker on the internet. This is literally the pettiest motherfucker on the internet, dude.
Gold is a political streamer, which is kind of funny because two means that Hassan is only the second largest streamer now for politics on Twitch.
Nobody had a problem about that, but somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now. Get the f out of here. This has been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because Bernie Sanders isn't the president right now.
It's like, okay, so that is petty, but I will say it is kind of true, actually. It is kind of true. Asmongold is basically a politics streamer. And I don't like the fact that he's the sort of guy who goes, oh, I'm not a politics guy. I'm not a politics guy. You know, I don't have like a crazy take on this. I'm not a politics guy. I hate that. When it's like, I go on his channel and what are his latest videos? Trump's plans for the next 4 years are getting crazier. How DEI is ruining games. The West is forcing Japan to censor all anime. Fuck around and find out. Bernie Sanders to the Democrats. The legacy media is cooked. Trump will end this war on free speech. This is just in order. Trump will end this war on free speech. Trump has more plans for the next 4 years. The media conspiracy against Wukong is real. David Pakman video. She's losing it, and it's Rachel Maddow. Dragon Age the Veilguard is cooked. Trump has a wild plan for the next 4 years. Well, and it's Gamergate stuff. Why are men moving right? Election day was wild. Biden's speech about Trump's victory is crazy. Germany has a neo-Nazi problem. All of these are politics so far. Literally, these are all politics. Kamala concedes to Trump. The election meltdown is real. Trump's victory speech was absolute cinema. Ubisoft is having a really bad time. It's about DEI. Dragon Age the Veilguard is even more ridiculous. Again, politics. I had no idea influencers are so delusional. Is this the first non-politics video? Like 20 videos in? Like 20 videos in. That's the first non-politics video.
Nobody had a problem about that. But somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now. Get the f out of here. This has been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because Bernie
You can
Sanders
probably just hear my lips smacking because my fucking mic settings are different. I'll try and fix it. 1 minute.
isn't the president right now.
Okay, we're gonna bring this around. It's gonna come around. This is gonna make sense. This is gonna make a lot of sense, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the proof.
This is a model that's actually familiar across the world. It's pioneered and perfected by strongmen like Viktor Orban in Hungary and Recep Erdogan in Turkey, and of course, Vladimir Putin in Russia. All of these rulers have their little crew of corporate and industrial titans who often hold no official government titles, but do the work of the regime in ways large and small, legitimate and otherwise, in return for their access and special privileges, including squeezing the state coffers to line their own pockets. As the Atlantic's Franklin Foer puts it, the regime does the bidding of the billionaires, and
This is one of the tricks that media does, is they write articles that are inaccurate or problematic,
No, I was trying to one guy. Please act irrationally upset next time.
and then they cross-reference each other to create the semblance of authenticity or authority. So like they use each other for references, and they're like, well, he said it, and then I'm referencing back to this article that was written here. But the fact is that it's bullshit in a lot of cases. Like I think like Black Myth Wukong, like the example like that before is just like it. I'm not saying that this is like
Remember Gamergate? Okay.
exactly what it is. The regime does building of billionaires, and in turn, the billionaires do the bidding of the regime. Sure, of course this happens. Yeah, definitely. Right? The unique danger of a Trumpist oligarchy, complete bullshit. Absolute complete bullshit. Do you really?
I think this is like, I think there is some kind of problem here, like that's not being, the Destiny's kind of glancing over. I think because like the standards are different for like reporting in games versus like reporting in like mainstream politics. But there's a bunch of guys who see like dog shit reporting or dog shit journalism in video games, and then they just like that like because they're fucking, it is retarded, but I don't know what you can do about it really other than address it. That will take that and then go, well, all media is bad then because the feminists were mean to me about the games I like. And it's like, that's stupid, I agree. But it is genuinely the response it creates. So I think there does have to be better standards of journalism just across the board. It's just, yeah, it's just a dumb way of thinking, but I think it genuinely does happen. There are so many people who are just like on board with the, oh, journos are scum mindset because of fucking video games, not realizing that it's like such a toxic, like corrosive way to think when it comes to like mainstream shit.
We think all the other billionaires are giving the other, do you think that they gave all the other candidates money because they like them? And this is the thing, right? Is it's like a misrepresentation that's then referred back to as an authority.
turn the billionaires do the bidding of the regime.
Yeah.
Power grows ever more concentrated.
This is why you need to, guys, when you're watching these alternative media people, you have to ask for examples. Like, give an example of this. Like, when you say that George Soros, because that's who he's referring to, right? When George Soros is doing improper things, like what? Give me an example. What are we talking about? Like, what are these horrible things that they're doing that's even remotely close to the level of influence that Elon Musk has given to Trump?
Traded as the owners and the corrupt leaders conspire to protect their mutual hold on it.
I think that's a good point. I think generally when someone says both sides bad, that it's basically just a cop-out because they don't have any information on either side. So they can't even begin to work their way through the conversation. So they just say both sides bad.
This arrangement has a potential to deliver a double blow to the American system. It can undermine capitalism and erode democracy all at once.
Eroding democracy is when you lose the vote.
I don't think that's what he's complaining about. My guess is, if this is 7 hours ago, is he's probably complaining about the fact that Elon Musk, who is the richest man in the world, who's controlling a social media platform that was like openly pro-Trump and supporting Trump, is now in calls with the president-elect with foreign leaders. That's probably what he's talking about, not just losing the vote, but...
And you may say, and you would be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power, from the little guy in America. But really,
I'm going to agree too much here. I'm going to agree a lot.
How?
Sorry, if you make Asmongold and Destiny disagree, it's just like if you've got over 60 IQ, it just, unfortunately, it becomes way too easy. Hopefully he spurgs out and does it says something insane that I can point and laugh at and distinguish myself from a DGG here for 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This has been going on.
He doesn't know what a super PAC is, guaranteed.
On forever.
Just look at Elon Musk.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm Gothic MAGA. America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing. Massive, crushing victory. Get everyone, friends, family, people.
Then just watch Asmon's video so I can hear you call him a regard instead. No, because people... The Destiny drama will probably do well as a video, okay? Sadly. So, I'm taking part in this. I'm on the bandwagon.
People on the street, put the signs up, put the hat on. Let's go.
The wildly charismatic billionaire rocket and electric car magnate.
What a shit talker, man. Oh my God. What a shit talker.
$130 million of his own wealth to get Trump elected. Yeah. That alone is unheard of. I mean, as far as we have records of, no one's ever done that before.
Didn't the Kamala Harris super PAC have like $17 billion or something like that? I mean, like...
What the money that an entire super PAC raises is not even... It's not even the claim that this guy just made. He just claimed that no individual on record has ever donated that much wealth individually to get a candidate elected before. Why are you citing the entire amount of money that a super PAC might have raised? Also, I have no idea how much money was even spent over the last election cycle. 17 billion? That sounds high. How much money was spent in 2024?
Yeah, but I don't think it's high because of the Republicans.
16 billion will be spent in the entirety of the 2024 election cycle. In the entirety. I'm guessing this is from both sides for all races, is my guess here.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I feel like it's pretty obvious the Democrats spend more, no?
I don't know. I mean, and this is the problem. Like, yeah, like look at George Soros, other people like this. Like, what are we talking about?
What are you talking about? What has George Soros done? Like, what's an example? Like, what's an example?
Like, the problem is that anybody can see that the government is bought and paid for. It's obvious. Okay. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows the government's rigged.
How can you possibly be saying this? How can you say this? Dude, what's it even mean by that? What do you mean the government's rigged? What do you mean? What are you on about? Dude.
But you're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is the, oh, wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But now you're not because it's not rigged in your favor. That's it. Harris got like 3 times the money Trump.
Waiting for an example. Waiting for an example. They're going to be here. It's coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's pay to win. Yeah.
Musk also...
Listen to what he just said.
Dude, it's pay to win, yet Kamala outspent Trump by huge amounts and still didn't win. Okay. It makes total sense. That checks out, Asmongold. Thank you for the insightful political commentary. Bro, this guy is so dumb sometimes.
Harris got like 3 times the money Trump did? Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
It's pay to win, yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other. It's just like...
Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out.
Just saying things that are like pegged to an emotion. None of them like logically makes sense. Like what?
Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value to the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid.
Yeah, Owen Benjamin had a good tweet. Yeah, I have to see it to believe it. Okay.
Stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all 3 branches of government.
Doesn't that guy run like a gay cult in the mountains?
Yeah, it's crazy how, you know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking retard. When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain, like, illegitimate control over the state. That is correct. Yes, that's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation of, like, what can you sell the firm for in the future? It is indeed. That's like saying, oh, this guy spent $55 billion buying a firm that developed, like, a super secret sniper rifle, and it's only going to sell for, like, $2 billion in the future. What a bad buy. And it's like, oh, but what you didn't know was he was going to use a sniper rifle to, like, assassinate world leaders. Oh, I guess it was a good buy then. No, obviously, that's not what people are thinking when they're valuing Twitter. They're not thinking of, oh, he's going to...
I mean, yeah, that's a totally valid point, I think. So you don't value it based on some crazy shit you could possibly do with it. It's about it's market value.
Use this as an actual, like, propaganda arm of one of the campaigning people to control the entire government. Jesus.
It's just like such a one-dimensional way of thinking.
It's never mind. Okay.
In order to turn the social media platform into a right-wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
It's again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
people that are left-wing that are posting on
Sorry, not a right-wing propaganda machine. A Russian propaganda machine. No, that's fair enough. It's not a right-wing propaganda machine. It's a Russian propaganda machine. That's very true. That is very true. Asmongold is correct there. I saw, I don't see any, like, reasonable Democrat posts anywhere. Yet, the 5 people who think the election is stolen this time round seem to get almost 1 million views on every tweet they make. Curious how the most divisive opinion, the one that is most corrosive to American democracy, always seems to get boosted on Twitter. Just interesting. It always seems to work out that way recently.
The owner is literally a supporter of the right wing. He literally commandeered the @America account to promote the right wing talking points to get Donald Trump elected. And he literally, the owner of the platform, literally retweets other right wing accounts. Like, if this isn't a right wing platform, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you think Asmongold was one of the people pissing and shitting and cumming themselves whenever there would be a person would post something like, I think Jewish space lasers are destroying our DNA, and they get banned, and they're like, oh, left-wing moderation, oh my God, left-wing, oh my God, the left-wing censorship media, like, Jesus.
Wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
It's again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting on Twitter, and they can post basically whatever they want. The fact is that
That's being weird for zero reason. Sorry, I didn't catch it. What was that?
Left-wing moderation, oh my God. People pissing and shitting and cumming themselves whenever there would be a person would post something like, I think Jewish space lasers are destroying our DNA, and they get banned, and they're like, oh, left-wing moderation, oh my God, left-wing, oh my God, the left-wing censorship media, like, Jesus.
Wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
It's again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting
Why does he always have to add coming? It's a fixation.
on Twitter, and they can post basically whatever they want. The fact is that Twitter is an open space for people to have opinions. That's it. It is? No, it's not. What happens if you follow a bunch of left-wing people? Well, then you're going to get their opinions instead. That's what happens.
You do know that, like, Elon's account in and of itself has like an artificial boost on like its tweets, right? If we are to believe what Twitter employees say, and the fact that you get them spammed like fucking crazy to you every time you log onto that.
Not like when Elon Musk took over, he went and banned Bernie Sanders. That's not how it works. I see far left opinions all the time. So do I, constantly.
And it kind of worked. And not just to get Trump elected, but to make the world's richest man even richer.
How do you feel about right-leaning, non-political content creators being much more willing to express their political opinions and endorsing candidates versus big left content creators avoiding politics for fear of alienating their audience? I've gone over this a lot now. Is that the right wing, because they have a cult, it's just so much more easy to roll people into it. And there's so much acceptance, there's so much support. It's just like there's such a huge incentive and reward structure there for kind of like becoming part of the right wing cult, right? You support Daddy Trump, now you've got a whole bunch of new fans, a whole bunch of people that are thumbs upping and, you know, approving of you and supporting you. It's just like,
Tesla among this week's biggest gainers on the S&P, up nearly 20%, fueled, of
I
course,
just,
by the president.
I don't see that. Is it really? Okay. I thought it was just about the simple answers. I don't think it's, maybe there's some truth to this, I don't know, but I thought you get plenty of support on either side.
Victory, that surge resulting in a windfall for Elon Musk, who now has a net worth.
Yeah, also, obviously, being Destiny, complaining about other cults online. Okay.
$90 billion.
I mean, you see, right? You don't have to be like super sophisticated to see how like wildly corrupt this could be. Trump isn't even.
I do. I think it could be corrupt. It absolutely could be. And I think.
Remember what I said before, though? The reason why these people are willing to accept this, and he's about to say it, is, yeah, it is corrupt, just like it's always been corrupt, right? If your mindset is that all of this stuff has always been corrupt, these people have always been like criminals and crooks, then of course it's easy to accept anytime somebody is actually like a criminal or a crook, right? Like it's easy to accept that.
I think in some cases it is. But the problem is that you're not going to get any sympathy from people when this has been something that's been going on forever.
Like, there it is, yeah. It hasn't been going on forever. You just don't know anything. You just have no history understanding. You have no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what a super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is. But you're like, oh yeah, this has been happening forever. No, it hasn't. Nothing like this has ever happened in the history of the United States of America. Well, I can't think of it. I can't think of it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's even remotely close to this. I can't think of anything.
It's just like the most low IQ, like wannabe centrist, wannabe enlightened centrist take ever. So like both sides bad. Everyone been doing bad thing forever. It's just a way to sound smart without knowing anything. It's so gay. It's so gay.
To this, like Twitter has become like RT. Like it's just insane.
Citizens United was codified into law before Trump was even around.
You don't know what that case was about. You don't know what it does. You don't know what a super PAC is. Like, kill me.
So
dude.
what are we talking about? How Elon Musk is some kind of like unique danger? It's outrageous. Yeah, you lost the game, bro. Like, yeah, you lost the game. That's it.
Hasn't yet, but the mere fact he will be has investors flocking to invest in Elon Musk companies because Musk is close to the press. They know. In fact, they probably saw the Trump family photo from Mar-a-Lago celebrating the day after the election, a family photo that, interestingly, doesn't include Melania Trump, who I think is...
Twitter and YouTube literally had the president banned off their platform. Do you know how long it took them to ban him? And they banned him because he was inciting violence, which all the Republicans, by the way, even the Republicans agreed to, and all of your hack conservative commentators agreed to before they realized that Trump was still going to remain popular in the party. So yeah,
that's true. That's true. Everyone was on board. Everyone was like, after Jan 6, the immediate response was like, oh yeah, this is obviously really bad. And then Trump stuck around and stuck around. He wasn't getting charged, and more conservatives just fell in line again. And then it's just completely memory hold that basically everyone was against him after Jan 6.
That's how it's supposed to go. Yes.
Excusable, unjustifiable, awful on every level, disgusting on every level. Just terrible, terrible. When you have rioters taking over the U.S. Capitol building, the seat of American democracy, and when you have those rioters saying that they are doing so in the name of the President of the United States, and when you have them doing that to the legislative branch of the government, and when you have those people, they are rioters, they are not protesters, okay? As soon as you commit an act of vandalism or violence, you are no longer in the category of protester, you are now a rioter.
What is this?
And unlike some folks who have justified riots based on the perspective of the rioters, if you're a criminal, you're a criminal, and you
This is old Ben Shapiro.
should go to jail. You should go to jail. And this was an attempted act of insurrection. I mean, technically speaking, that's what it was, considering that the reason that this happened is because Congress was simply there doing their constitutional duty and tabulating the state-certified electoral count. Okay, that's all they were doing. They do not have the power. Congress does not have the power, as I've been saying all week long. Congress does not, and never did, have the power to simply overturn state electoral college certified results. That is not a legal thing for them to do. Vice President Pence did not have that power. Congress did not have that power. It was not going to happen anyway, even if you thought they had that power, because Democrats control the House of Representatives. So all of that was tomfoolery. It was nonsense. And folks who believed that it wasn't nonsense.
Dude, I just can't tell if they're trolling at this point. We don't want to wait another 4 years for inflation to get fixed. So first of all, you completely sacrifice your country for what? Short-term financial gain, even if that was the idea here. But you've already had the Inflation Reduction Act passed. Your economy is back on track to your economy is improving. Your economy has been improving for like last year, like last 2 years. The whole COVID recovery was done by Biden.
And decided that they were going to commit an evil act. It is an evil act to invade the seat of government and do violence.
It just has. It just has. I understand you, as a retarded American who doesn't read anything, think the economy is bad because that's your perception of it. On a day-to-day, you've had things go up in price, and so you feel like the economy is really bad. But if you go and read about it at all, your inflation's pretty much back to normal levels. The Inflation Reduction Act was hugely beneficial. If you had any understanding of the topic whatsoever, you would realize you're actually incorrect.
It turns out we now have over a dozen police officers who are injured. There are 4 people who are dead. 1 person was shot. 3 people died in medical emergencies yesterday. That's as bad an event as I have ever seen.
Yeah, sorry. Don't believe your lying eyes. That's why you're waiting for 20% tariffs. You just believe what's on the surface. You can just see how things are. So you voted for 20% tariffs on all foreign imports to fix your economy.
Public life. Frankly, I think that in many ways, it's the worst thing to happen to the United States of America since 9/11.
Donald Trump's wife the last time I checked. But there's Elon Musk. He gets the friends and family discount now. And while he's sitting on...
I don't get it. So like now this
we understand. Yeah.
is some kind of, because the media is attacking him because they're losing.
Yeah, exactly. We recovered better than any G7 nation. You did. And now back to soft landing goals set by the Fed around 2% inflation. Normies would never give a fuck about actual policy, though. They just see prices go up. Yep.
Power to Twitter? It is. Twitter is a direct threat to establishment media because it's a bigger platform than any establishment media. It's worldwide, and it's effectively completely open. So the ability that, like, I've always thought that media has actually always been corrupt. It's just that we didn't know it until we got the internet and we could really see what happens behind the curtain.
The UK is still raped, but the UK never properly recovered from fucking 2008 because we had dogshit fucking Tories in charge for 10 years. For 14 years.
Crazy how retarded the internet has made all these fucking morons. Oh my god, it's actually crazy to me. The false sense of grandeur that you think you know so much because you sit there and you spam watch fucking Tim Pool and Alex Jones. You're like, oh my god, this is reality? This is crazy. Like, these are the same people that would have been talking to you about Bat Boy because they were buying the National Enquirer when they were standing in line at Walmart. Holy shit.
I think media has always been extremely corrupt. It's just that now we have the tools to perceive it. Mainstream media is dying? Yes, it is dying, and Twitter is pulling the plug. That's what I'm saying. Twitter is the main place that people get information. Bigger than any of them combined? Yeah, exactly. So this is the reason why they're against Twitter and why they're trying to, like, make advertisers leave Twitter. It's because they want to maintain their position in the media economy. And Twitter is threatening that position in a direct way. Corrupt or biased? Why not both?
Billions of dollars of government contracts to the point where the U.S. space program has become largely dependent on him. Now he's going to be something approaching a kind of co-president.
A co-president? Wow. Who thought that? Oh, I guess. Yeah, they just invented that. Advertisers are leaving on their own because it's a cesspool. I don't think that's true. I think that media and
oh my god, and he's even slurping up the Elon load about how advertisers are just leaving the platform because they're colluding against him. They don't like him. Kill me, bro.
Advertisers create an expectation, and also advertisers probably don't.
Yeah, the expectation that there are going to be like open Nazis and like anti-Semitic, crazy racist black people fighting videos that are getting 50,000 likes and retweets like every other fucking day on the platform.
I think that media and advertisers create an expectation, and also advertisers probably don't want to have Twitter owned by Elon Musk either. And so what happens is that advertisers, by withholding funding and not putting funding out there, what they do is they create soft speech requirements where it's like, well, you can't have these opinions, you can't say these things, you can't even allow other people to say these things, because if you do, we're going to take away the money we give you, and we're going to use this as leverage to get you to compel speech. Like, that's basically what happens. And I know that there are some people that are happy about this and they're like, oh, that's good. It's not good. It's not good when Elon Musk does it. It's not good when they do it either. I don't want to have some multi-billion-dollar company that has a fiduciary responsibility to make as much profit as possible trying to be the arbiter of what can and can't be said.
I actually just AFK'd for a straight minute, so I'll run it back and see what you want me to be saying Destiny's gay about, okay?
Advertisers are just leaving the platform because they're colluding against him. They don't like him. Kill me, bro.
Advertisers create an expectation, and also advertisers probably don't. Yeah,
oh, wait. Did he make a comment about slurping up cum? He made a comment about slurping up cum.
Expectation.
Yeah, Ryle, you're not the sixth person to say that in chat. You're not the sixth person I've seen say that in Discord. Everyone knows Mike from PA has been banned. I'm pretty sure we knew it was a 3-day ban. Bro, it's not breaking fucking news that someone got unbanned. No one gives a shit. No one cares.
There are going to be like open Nazis and like anti-Semitic, crazy racist black people fighting videos that are getting 50,000 likes and retweets like every other fucking day on the platform.
I think that media and advertisers create an expectation, and also advertisers probably don't want to have Twitter owned by Elon Musk either. And so what happens is that advertisers, by withholding funding and not putting funding out
nobody
there,
cares that Mike from PA was banned in the first place.
What they do is they create soft speech requirements where it's like, well, you can't have these opinions, you can't say these things, you can't even allow other people to say these things, because if you do, we're going to take away the money we give you, and we're going to use this as leverage to get you to compel speech. Like, that's basically what happens. And I know that there are some people that are happy about this and they're like, oh, that's good. It's not good. It's not good when Elon Musk does it. It's not good when they do it either. I don't want to have some multi-billion-dollar company that has a fiduciary responsibility to make as much profit as possible trying to be the arbiter of what can and can't be said. That's insane. Of course not. I respect Destiny a lot. Destiny's changed my opinions about a number of things like January 6th. What is Kick? Kick is effectively a loss leader for stake. And I think that Elon Musk is using Twitter as a loss leader for Tesla and SpaceX by losing money on it to make more money by entrenching himself in the government. It exists in an ecosystem. And
that's called rent-seeking, and it's bad. It's considered a bad thing. It's considered a bad thing in a liberal capitalist society when you're spending money not on research and development, on creating a better product, not on advertising insofar as trying to get your product in front of more people, but in spending money to alter the regulatory...
Asmongold be like, no, you don't understand. Elon's not doing something stupid. He's doing something like insanely evil and unprecedented that is nothing but destructive to the entire country. Guys, stop being so mean to Elon, guys.
Environment to give you a competitive edge. That's called rent-seeking behavior, and it's generally either illegal or highly discouraged because you don't want people spending money on shit just to have a more competitive to make their product seem more competitive by buying the government. By definition, you want to avoid that. Rent-seeking is bad behavior.
System. And I think that he knew that, and I think that's what happened. I see what he's saying.
Ah, nice. Yes. Reddit video.
Oh, now he's on to fighting XQC as well now. Okay, cool.
The cope of I mean, he is. He is a convicted felon. That's not a cope. That's just like a fact. This is where conservatives are at, right? Like you call it a cope to just state something that is actually true.
If people keep being mean to Elon, Trump is gonna leave NATO. Dude, please get me out.
Okay.
He was convicted. No, that's not what I mean. I meant it's like just I don't like loud labels.
So like state enforced being nice to rich people. That's where we're headed. State enforced being nice to rich people. You will get on your fucking knees and suck Peter Thiel's gay cock. You will wear the chastity cage for JD Vance. Stylo, you're gonna be a fucking Mandingo fighter for fucking, what's that guy's name again? The Calvin guy? Who am I thinking of? Not Calvin. Curtis Yavin.
And things when it's like for somebody that people don't like, and it seems to be only happening on one side, it's just kind of annoying.
Is Kamala a convicted felon? Destiny, it's showing the bias. That's his point. It's a bias to say that Donald Trump is a convicted felon? Well, excuse me, what do you mean? Explain what the felony was? The felony was that Donald Trump was falsifying business records to his employee and lying about payments he was making to pay off to kill a story that would have influenced the outcome of the election. That was what he got convicted on 34 counts in front of a jury in New York State. What do you mean? That's what the felony was for.
How is that a question mark? How is that a question mark? Okay. Here's an example. Okay. I could be wrong about this. I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden had...
Big stretch. It was to pay off the porn star. What do you mean, big stretch? It was a big stretch to kill the story because it was going to come out right during the elections? What do you mean? What's the stretch?
This is loud as fuck. Had like pro-segregation and shit like that takes...
Okay, I don't care about XQC. Fuck XQC, no one cares.
When he's
very gay, dumb guy.
And you're a convicted felon.
Okay, wait, does XQC reply to him?
The cope of I mean, he is. He is a convicted felon. That's not a cope. That's just like a fact. This is where conservatives are at, right? Like you call it a cope to just state something that's actually true.
Oh God. No, that's not guys, if every time we had a normal conversation, okay, about an objective topic, and I addressed Disney, hey, hello, sir. Are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can talk now, divorced cuck. Hey, divorced cuck. Andy.
Wait. Okay, no. That's funny, and the best part is Destiny can't even complain about it because he just conservative jacketed XQC. I don't think XQC is a conservative. So he just totally, he does not have any room to cry about this. That's really funny.
No, that's not. Guys, if every time we had a normal conversation, okay, about an objective topic, and I addressed Disney, hey, hello, sir. Are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can talk now, divorced cuck. Hey, divorced cuck. Andy, dumb fuck. Fuck my wife guy. Like, dude, like, I understand that it's true. I understand that it has its own validity, but I think there's a place and a time to put labels or whatever. Sometimes you can just kind of address somebody as like just their name and move on.
I can't tell if this is difficult to understand or not. It has to do with whether or not it's related to the subject. I'm pretty sure I even said that in that. I don't know if it got clipped or not, but it has to do if it's related to the subject, right? That's the issue. It's not just a random fact. It's if you're running for president and you're a convicted felon, and that convicted felony has to do with election-related fraud, that's the point. Okay.
Destiny's mauling at me. What's Destiny mad about? What did I do?
Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value to the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all 3 branches of government. You know,
I would say that is in terms of the point being made, that is obviously true about Trump. That is obviously true. Like if it you know, obviously it has more of a relevance. You know, it's funny to call Destiny a calm-surfing cuck, but does it? Or does it change the thing he's saying? Unless it's about relationships, maybe you could argue that. But about politics, no, it doesn't really.
he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking retard. When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you...
Okay, so Destiny is now responding to Asmongold's video about him, okay?
Branches of government. You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking retard. When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain, like, illegitimate control over the state. That is correct, yes. That's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation.
I respect Destiny a lot. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think it makes a lot of sense. He just called you an R-word.
And are now apparently going to be running America.
Now, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody.
Who, when, where, how?
And you may say, and you'll be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power from the little guy in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This has been going on.
He doesn't know what a super PAC is, guaranteed.
You're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is the, oh, wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But now
wait, is this... There's not even anything here. It's just us. Oh, I thought something... Is this just clipping us to each other, or... Keep watching.
Now you're not, because it's not rigged in your favor. That's it.
You just don't know anything. You just have no history, understanding. You have no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what a super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is.
Destiny, for the love of Christ. 1 week ago, you were telling XQC that Kamala was the favorite, and he bet 700K on her.
Did you see XQC put 700K on it?
Dude, yeah, he asked me.
So, okay, yeah, I've heard about this. Jason said this to me last night. Apparently, so Asmongold's editor just decided, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a whole bunch of random, really dumb points at the end of this video. For no reason whatsoever. This guy just decided that in editing Asmongold's video, he was going to try and, like, shadow box Destiny with the most retard political thoughts you've ever heard. So...
He's like, who do you think's... Wait, how is this an argument? Wait, I'm pretty sure I've always said it's like 55-45, I think, in favor of Kamala? Wait, that's what we're going by? Is election predictions? Wait, I'm like, pretty sure it's Kamala. You really feel it? I was like, yeah, I think so. And then he sent me a picture of the bet.
That's so funny.
Then, on the same stream, you showed Harris' campaign has spent more than double Trump's.
Listen to what he just said.
Harris got 3 times the money Trump did? Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
He literally spoke about that. We just saw him address that point. Asmongold says about that, and he says that it's a contradiction to point out that Democrats spent more, but also the government is paid for. Dude, he literally addressed this point.
To win, yeah. Those 2 statements directly contradict. Well, first of all, this is spending that's raised directly by the campaign. That doesn't include super PAC contributions. The spending by the campaign is not the same as the spending by the totality of media spending.
Yeah, exactly.
Harris, yeah, for real, make your own channel, bro. For real.
To be clear, these are my logs with XQC. Hold on. XQC messaged me on election day. No, I'm sorry, the day before. November 4th, and he says, yo, who's winning? Tell me. I'm putting a bet on Kamala. How safe is that? Probably 80% safe, right? I said probably 65% safe. I don't know about 80%. XQC lists the bet. He says, it's not a blah, blah, blah. And then I say, he's talking about how much he put on. And then I go, LOL, good luck. Like, well, I've never given like a for sure, like 100% these guys are going to win. Like, that's, what a projection. What an insane fucking projection. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I've ever given him, like, said that there's like more than a like 65% chance that Kamala is going to win. I might, maybe like a month or 2 ago, maybe I said that, but like, it's like election predictions. How is this the same as like knowing information about things or talking about things that's like already happened? What? Just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
It's pay to win, yeah. Those 2 statements directly contradict each other.
Destiny, for the love of Anubis. You can claim Elon's wealth was instrumental in getting Trump elected, while also seeing how Harris was pushed so much that she turned from being one of the most disliked vice presidents in history to be seen as the second coming of Obama.
Okay, but this isn't because of like just the media. There was insane herding on these polls, right? Isn't that like a big thing? That pollsters were like herding this shit like crazy, trying to make the race as tight as possible.
Meanwhile, this is what her own people were saying behind.
Wait, what?
You can claim Elon's wealth was instrumental in getting Trump elected, while also seeing how Harris was pushed so much that she turned from being one of the most disliked vice presidents in history to be seen as the second coming of Obama.
What is the date for this huge flip in favorability? Did this just...
I think wouldn't really show up in favorability more than like a few percent. Okay, fair enough. Well, regardless, that absolutely was, as far as I'm aware, that was happening. And yeah, there may have been a media push to compare her to Biden. And she did well in the debates too. Like, it's not just that there was a... It's not just about the media either. She did pretty well in the debates. She obviously spent a fuck ton of money. So you would hope she has at least some chance. It's just, yeah, I don't think that saying, oh, the media just decided Harris was going to win. Like, no. No.
Happened when she was announced as the candidate? I mean... Okay.
Meanwhile, this is what her own people were saying behind closed doors.
And I'm going to say...
So I'm totally opposite. I feel like Waltz did worse than Harris. I feel like all the stuff about Waltz's past was like, he looked retarded. Harris, it was like, yeah, she answers kind of like a politician and gives you the whole, oh, I grew up middle class, blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah. But her answers were like, fine. Waltz was stumbling on basic shit about his past.
What a lot of these folks aren't saying. I'm just going to say, if you think that there is consensus among the people who want Joe Biden to leave, that they will support Kamala, Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken. And I'm going to say that because if they're going to come out and say all their little things on background off the record, but they're not going to be fully honest, I'm going to be honest for them. I'm in these rooms. I see what they say in conversations. A lot of them are not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole...
Yeah, the Tiananmen Square shit. Oh my God.
Should there have been an open primary though? Well, see,
Yeah, there was... I don't understand what he thinks he's arguing here. I don't even know what the point is. Like, what? Like, obviously there was huge contention in the Democratic Party over what would be...
Oh, dude, but yeah, he had that amazing gaffe where he said he was friends with school shooters. Oh my God. Dude, that was fucking awesome. Dude, that was so fucking cool. I'm friends with school shooters. Dude.
Done. Like, we literally had to... People started leaking shit to the press to get Biden to step down. No shit, there was, like, huge contention over what was going on. I don't understand what the... I don't understand who
I think everyone liked him more after that. I think the people that would have disliked him realized it was a gaffe and didn't care. They were like, fine with it. And then the people that... then there were a bunch of people that were like, wait, that's fucking based.
Now.
In removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Should there have been an open primary though? Well, see, we thought that there would be. The anticipation was that if the president were to step aside, that there would be an open primary.
So you have an historically disliked vice president. Her own people don't want her. Internal polling showing Biden...
Everybody, like, bro, everybody's favorability in American politics sucks right now because the partisanship is at, like, insanely all-time highs. It's just crazy how unpopular everybody is. Even Donald Trump was a historically unpopular president. He's really popular with Republicans, but that's it. Like,
disliked vice president. Her own people don't want her. Internal polling showing Biden would have lost catastrophically.
They were privately...
As opposed to, like, who would you run instead?
Telling reporters at the time that Kamala Harris couldn't win. Biden campaign's own internal polling at the time when they were telling us he was the strongest candidate showed that Donald Trump was going to win 400 electoral votes.
And now you want to tell me it's not pay to win when the media was praising her as the next Obama, and you were so convinced she would win that XQC bet 700K on her.
But she didn't win, so it's not pay to win, obviously, is it? What, is this guy retarded? What?
Who would you run instead?
Telling reporters at the time that Kamala Harris couldn't win. Biden campaign's own...
Oh yeah, literally all caps, AI typing, all caps into the TTS. Yeah, David Attenborough's going to own destiny with this one. Okay, bro.
Internal polling at the time when they were telling us he was the strongest candidate showed that Donald Trump was going to win 400 electoral votes.
And now you want to tell me it's not pay to win when the media was praising her as the next Obama, and you were so convinced she would win that XQC bet 700K on her. Come on now, my man. Back to...
What does any of that have to do with pay to win?
Yeah, she didn't win. She didn't win.
To you, Baldy.
You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election, and somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think this proves it. $1 trillion. Okay, so it's $1 trillion. It's gone up by...
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard David Attenborough raise his voice before.
20%. So that means it's $200 billion. Twitter was bought for $40 billion. That's how I see it, right? That's how I see it.
Okay.
Wait, was that?
Okay.
Oh, no, I thought it was a Restless Politics video, but it's legal, fucking loser.
Absolutely based.
Wow, Asmongold's editor is really retarded, it seems. Really retarded editor. Very dumb guy.